The next type of problem under traditional methods only I will take up when cash inflows are not equal. That means the profit received by the business will not be same every year. It is going to keep changing year after year. In that situation, what is the different method we have to adopt than the previous method? We'll work it on further here. So in this problem, there are two projects X and Y. Each project requires an investment of rupees 2 lakhs. X also requires 2 lakhs, Y also requires 2 lakhs. Rank these projects according to payback period. Only one method. There are two different projects. The business is having a decision making in front of them. They have to select either project X or project Y. Based on payback period, which project is good? X is good or Y is good? We'll try to find out that. So in the problem it is given that year 1, 2, 3, 4, they have given cash inflows for project X. I will take only X cash inflows at present. 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 and 80,000. So this is the information they have given for project X. This is the cash inflows in rupees. So now when cash inflows are not equal, as you can see here, first year is 10,000, then 20, then 40. So it is increasing year after year. For 5 years they have given the information. Now we have to go for adding these cash inflows. We count it as cumulative cash inflows. So we call it as cumulative cash inflows. So we will take first year as it is 10,000. 10,000 plus 20, that is 30. This as it is. Next this plus this, 10,000 plus 20, 30,000. Then 30 plus 40, 70,000. 70 plus 50, 1,20,000. 1,20,000 plus 80, 2 lakhs. So at the end of 5 years, 2 lakh rupees is being received back. Remember, the investment is also 2 lakhs. From that we can say the payback period for X is 5 years. So to get back 2 lakh rupees in total from the first year, keep adding the profit. So it takes 5 years to complete the investment to get back the money. So I will work for project next one, that is Y, cash inflows for project Y. So inflows given for project Y, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 80,000. Only for 4 years the cash inflows are there. Cash inflow is not there for the 5th year. So same method again, we have to go for cumulative cash inflow for this project Y. So first 20,000 cumulative is adding the profits, that's it. 20 plus 40, 60,000. 60 plus 60, 1,20,000. 1,20,000 plus 80, 2 lakhs. So to get back 2 lakhs, it is going to require only 4 years. So 5th year it is not there. So payback period is 4 years for project Y. So project X takes 5 years, project Y takes 4 years. So from this we can see, to get back money, how many years it is going to take? 5 years and 4 years. So according to the payback period method, which is the shortest one, as early as money to be received back. That is the most important information the business has to keep in mind. How quickly they are going to receive back the money is most important. So when they invest the money here, Y requires only 4 years to get back the money. So I can conclude project Y has less payback period than project X. So I can say, hence project Y to be selected. So whichever is shorter payback period, that should be selected when you have different alternative projects for selection purpose based on payback period method.